Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So here we are, day 30, March the 30th, battle number 30 in the Battle of the Bands. The two bands in question, Masters Apprentice and their Choice Cuts album, going up against Iggy Pop and his Instinct album. Looks to be a tough battle here. Iggy Pop will go up first because he's the one that he gave me first. So Iggy Pop album actually very much surprised me when I first heard it, because I'd heard other Iggy Pop albums, a few of them, mostly the really heavy like punk stuff, right? This doesn't have a lot of that feel to it. There's a little bit, but not a lot. This is more of a hard rock album. Pretty heavy album too, right from start to beginning. Pretty strong, and very catchy. It's made it to the semi-finals here. Beat out a couple of interesting people to get here too. So the opening track, Cold Metal, which was the track that was, I think, was the single. It got a lot of radio airplay at the time. Is a really strong track. I really like the kind of riff on this song. Most of the rest of the album is pretty similar, but maybe not quite as good. He does have a couple of songs where he quite sounds like David Bowie quite a bit on these tracks. There's one song, I believe it's High on You, where he kind of has that almost that Alice Cooper part that you'll hear Alice Cooper doing. That same range. Doesn't really sound like Alice Cooper, but has that same kind of style for that particular track. It's a pretty solid album right from the top to bottom. The last track, Squareheads, I'm not so crazy about that track, so it's a little bit weaker there. And I think there's one other one in the middle, Tom Tom. I'm not so crazy about that, but the rest of the album is pretty solid, like 5s, 6s, and 7s all the way through. Lots of really good riffing, as I said. The guitars are really good, heavy stuff. And there are the occasional solo here and there. I don't think the soloing is the big issue on this song. I think it's just really well written, catchy kind of hooks and riffs throughout the whole song. Yeah, solid album. So it's up against Masters Apprentice though, and this album just keeps getting better. I gave it like 7/8 this time. Like it's just like one song after another. It was just so good, I still kind of like that Rio de Camero song at the beginning, at the top. It's got that real acoustic part. Really catchy. I think it's just a super great song. The vocalist is perfect for this album. And the thing I like about this band and the album is that it has a little bit of different elements in most of every song. It's got that hard rockin' feeling, no doubt about it, but it has a lot of prog sound to it. There are some kind of catchy psychedelic bits on this album as well. The riffs are great. Sorry, my stacking in the way here. It's making me tired too. Overall, just a really great album. The last track is an instrumental, which is an acoustic guitar part. It's almost like something you would see on a Triumph or maybe Rush has done that, where they just those little acoustic bits. Yeah, it's really catchy stuff. I'm actually very surprised that this album is hard to find. I've looked for this album in most of the record stores I go to. I've looked for it at Laser's Edge. I've looked for it in a couple places. Haven't been able to find it. I'm sure that if I punched in Masters Apprentice, Choice Cuts, availability, I might find somebody who has it somewhere, and I may go that route. I like to do the kind of low-end route first to see if I can find it, and then if I can't, I may have to go and spend the money on it. I did spend too much money today, to be honest. Today and yesterday I ordered like over 20 albums off of Laser's Edge. I want it. The store I go to is good, and it gives me a lot of stuff that I like, but the harder to find stuff, especially the prog stuff, I find there. So I'm looking forward to a lot of the stuff coming in. Anyways, this is just a great album. Like I said, it's got a little bit of everything. The vocals are just really good on this. I really like a lot of the riffing. I like the bass parts especially on the Easy to Lie. And there's a lot, like, it's not just a heavy album. It's got a lot of prog stuff and a lot of acoustic stuff on it. So, I mean, as good as the Iggy Pop album is, I think of the Iggy Pop album kind of like Frigid Pink. Very good album. But this is just a fantastic album. So it wasn't really close. And most people who've been following this probably figured it wasn't going to be very close. I didn't think it would be close. But I still listen to them just in case something happens that surprises me. But there wasn't going to be much of a surprise here. It was pretty much a wipeout, to be honest. As good as the Iggy Pop album was, it just didn't stand really much of a chance here. So we will be going to the finals on the 30th. This will come out on the 29th. Or is this the 29th? Yeah, geez, I can't even remember now. Think about it for a second. Where is my phone? Oh, of course I left it in the other room. Yeah, so tomorrow's the 30th. So this comes out on the 30th. And then the 31st is the Friday, which will be the final show. I don't know why, for some reason I thought that the final show would come on the 30th. I'm not quite sure how I came up with that. I think because there was one episode that I put battle number 27 twice, and even though I said 29th on the next one, I still kind of screwed it up, so I had to go back in and fix it. But Master's Apprentice will win here tomorrow on day 30, and then we'll have the finals on day 31 between Master's Apprentice and their Choice Cuts album going up against Winter Hawk and the Revival album. This is going to be a major clash. I really don't know where I'm going to go here. Both albums have continued to grow. I just feel that these are the two strongest albums, and I don't know which one I'm going to choose. I guess it'll depend on how I feel about either of them tomorrow, but both of them are fantastic. So no matter who wins, I've discovered I like both of these albums a lot. So it'll either be the Americans and their Winter Hawk, or it'll be the Australians and their Master Apprentices. I don't know. You tell me, which one do you think is better? Anyways, we'll be back tomorrow with another battle of the bands, or the 31st for the finals. And then we're on to a new series, which will start on Saturday, featuring, we'll get to that when we get there. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this show. Please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated, and enjoy the video. So have yourself a good night. Take care. Bye.